I'm back here at the Central along Yutong Sen Street, Singapore, and today we are visiting Marutama in search of the best ramen in Singapore. Marutama has been in the best ramen conversation for a while now, back when they first came to Singapore in 2007, and especially after they set up the Liang Court outlet in 2008. They won over the local crowd with their signature Tori paitan, or creamy chicken broth. Yes, the same type of ramen as Brothers Ramen, of which I cannot believe I went through the entire episode 2 without mentioning the words Tori paitan or Ji Bai Tang. But what I will mention is that ever since the Liang Court outlet closed down in 2020, there seems to be a split of people saying the standard has gone down and others who still remain loyal fans. Me? I'm just excited to have another Tori paitan to compare with Brothers Ramen, who is probably in the lead for the best ramen thus far. And I know what you might be wondering. Eldrick, why do you look like you're gonna introduce the newest iPhone? Yo, relax. I have some cupping marks on my neck today, so I figured I want to cover it up. Anyway, let's get it, guys.
How many people have you?
One.
Just one. Counter okay for you? Okay. Or when you're ready, you can just call me. I can order
Okay.
for you also can.
Okay,
You take a look from the menu first.
Okay, thank you.
Hi.
This is like the obligatory menu reading. Reading it as though I did not spend like 2 hours on their website looking at what they have. So while Marutama has enjoyed regional success in like Malaysia and Indonesia, right, and supposedly comes from Japan, I have not been able to find a single Marutama outlet on Google Maps, or anywhere on the web actually. Does it even exist? Does anyone know? Anyway, they have fried garlic, free flow fried garlic, for you garlic lovers.
Okay.
Thank you.
Enjoy your meal.
Thank you. Perfect, let's begin. Really tasty and rich. It's very obvious how well they season it. When you get the first slurp of broth in, right, it's immediately addictive and it's so fast. It's incredible how fast you can appreciate it. It gives me the impression that the recipe must have been revised 20,000 times, with the direction being the quickest impact possible. Really tasty and obvious. And that is countered very well with what is called, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing this correctly, aosa, some sort of seaweed. It gives an interesting texture and a little bit of accent on the flavor. Ramen egg is nice as well. Well worth the price tag. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that the creaminess is not normal. When you sip the broth, there's this really rich, fatty flavor that engulfs the back of your palate, the same way it would when you drink milk. The broth is so perfectly milky and creamy, with such a pretty white, but yet when you sip, there is none of the depth of a bone broth. I have two guesses, and these are guesses. One is that they pressure cooked it in order to reach the milkiness faster, but not enough time for the depth of flavor to develop. Or two, they added some sort of dairy product, like cream or maybe condensed milk. I'm getting similar vibes to eating a fish head bee hoon. Still tasty and really well seasoned, but you don't get any of the depth you would expect of a tonkatsu. Bro, what am I saying? I've been saying tonkatsu all this while. I mean Tori paitan. Tori paitan. Char siu tastes great, but it doesn't hold up very nicely when you pick it up. Obviously, when you pick up a char siu, there's gonna be some parts breaking. It cannot be perfectly one piece because it is a pork belly rolled up, right? It's gonna try to uncoil. But even up to now, like episode 5, I'm not sure where to draw the line. But I think this crossed the line. Cause like, it's not even trying to hold its shape. It kinda looks like me in the morning trying to get out of bed. Anyway, on to the next one.
Yeah. Enjoy your meal.
Thank you.
Ramen.
Yeah. Thank
The nut flavor, yeah?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Anyway, now we have another Tori paitan, but this time it's very interesting. It's mildly spicy and they blend in 7 different types of groundnuts with a wedge of lemon and coriander and pickled radish. It's giving me like pad thai, tom yum and kimchi all at once. And luckily we still have that aosa that I like. Anyway, What a bold flavor. I feel like people often misuse the word bold flavor as if it means like strong flavors or big flavors. To be bold is to have courage. And you can only have courage when there is fear or danger. And the pitfalls of balancing a chicken soup with a groundnut mixture, with coriander, with lemon, pickled radish, and spiciness, and spring onions. If it were up to me to season this bowl, it would be inedible. But luckily it's not me. They made it work. It really tastes like a combination of pad thai and tom yum to me. There's the appetizing chicken umami from before, now mixed in with the fattiness of groundnut, and spiked with acidity and spiciness. Very, very interesting. It is so Thai that I feel like I'm detecting lemongrass out of association. It is bold, but it is ultimately still a novelty. I would order the Marutama 50 times before I order this once, just for, to change things up a bit. Also, the chicken meatballs are whatever, especially in the place of char siu. I know I say I don't prioritize toppings, but receiving 3 chicken meatballs in the place of 1 well-made char siu doesn't really feel right. Maybe it could have been a butterfly pan-seared chicken thigh or a deboned drumstick. But meatballs. But yeah, that's just being picky. It's walk down clock 3 o'clock again. Let's digest and I'll see you guys soon. Recap. Great tasting Tori paitan, seasoned really well. I don't think anyone can taste this and say that it's not tasty or bland. It's so in your face, painfully obvious. But because of that, I'm also suspicious. Because y'all drank a chicken soup before, when you were sick. Even if it's not the most tasty chicken soup, there's this feeling, there's just this depth to bone broths that I have experienced in all of the previous ramens thus far. And it seems to be missing in this one. Without it, the ramen seems to be cheaper and less satisfying. I might be wrong, these are all just my opinion. It may be because it's a Tori paitan that is lighter, but I don't believe so. Or at the very least, Brothers Ramen disagrees. And then the Aka Ramen. Very interesting. Probably the most left field ramen in the series thus far. But in terms of what I look for in a ramen, depth of flavor in the broth, good toppings, the Aka Ramen gives very little. The Marutama Ramen is by far the better of the two. 1 plate I'll walk for the ramen, 2 plates I'll take a bus for the ramen, and 3 plates I'll go anywhere in Singapore for the ramen. And Marutama is 1 plate. This was very highly recommended and I really wish that I liked it more. But without the depth of a bone broth, it's very hard for me to pick this over the other ramens in town. The finish is very interesting, very fatty, very creamy, but there is little point in doing a level 5 thing very well without having established the level 1. Anyway, that's all I have for you guys this time. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!